Okay, so again, all of the research that we have is already listed in our team info folder. The Vietnam MOOCs and almost all other papers are in the account that says sean.watts.teaching@gmail.com. Sign into that and you'll see the folder research to be published. There's hundreds, maybe, I don't know, many files here. Hua, I believe, has already organized several of them. Cliff, please pay attention of what I'm pointing out. Again, there's this folder here, which is supposed to be for your work. This folder is where you're supposed to be showing your work. You haven't updated this with new files that relate to international management. Please update information related to international management. Identify that there are several files that we're updating already. This information, put information in here, follow this type of stuff. Make sure you get this file. Next, as we just saw with Cliff, the files are very confusing. We have so many different files and accounts. It would be nice if when you guys are identifying good files, please try to go through and organize them. Hua, you've spent the most work on this. Do you have a suggestion? If Duong goes through and finds files that are good, and some of the best files are from the IIM files or from the Hanyang files, where should Duong put them? Or how should she save them so that we know where are good files?
Now I can't even tell the difference between the paper to upgrade or the paper to develop. I think
okay, think for a little while. As you can see at the bottom, can you see the bottom of my screen, Dong?
Yes.
This says the millennial compensation. This is that millennial compensation paper you were just talking about a little while ago. We were, understand?
Yes.
And we were also talking about the Samsung Internet of Things paper and grant. That's in this folder. That Korean MOOC paper and the Vietnam MOOC paper, that's in this folder. I have two papers that are being evaluated by journals now that are finance related journals. That's in this folder. Will is another one. That paper that you like with rural tourism, that's in this folder. Clifford's papers are supposed to be in here. This is just another paper that has a lot more other information, and there's a lot more other information in here and a lot more information in here, etc., etc. This IoT staff monitoring in Korea is an IoT paper which is similar to this, but this, can you read what this says, Cliff? Cliff, please answer somebody quickly when they ask you a question. It's very rude to not reply.
Sean, I'm using my phone. That's why it's getting a bit later before I answer. So I'm trying to answer you, but it's taking some time. I don't have electricity. I'm using my phone. And my internet is very slow as well. Please.
You see this file, right? This file, what I'm trying to tell the Clifford is that when we work with Lisa's thesis paper, and although Thuong, you're working to develop a business plan paper, and Hua, you're identifying Jay has to make 2 new papers, and there's probably going to be 2 more students that also have to make thesis papers or employment papers. So these papers are already finished. This is an accepted final paper. So that's one of them. Where's the next details?
maybe we can put them in different folders, like in order of the progress, for example.
Well, this one is already finished. So this student already was accepted last semester. And now we have new students wanting to do things. So I'm just telling you, if anybody wants to see something that's already done or what are they supposed to do, take a look at this.
Okay.
Okay. And because we're going to develop the IoT paper, this one is a good IoT paper already finished. So we could probably take information from here and put it into the Samsung IoT paper. However, the Samsung IoT paper is talking about agriculture and developing technology. This one's talking about any company using the IoT to track and monitor their workers. So who is working well, who is not working well. Some people say that's a problem with privacy. That is what this paper is about. So again, that's in here. And there's HRM in Vietnam. I think Hoa, you identified this. This is, I think, not research. This is just two different books talking about how to do research. This is information how to do grants. Don't know what this co-op sharing is or cause-related marking. Can anybody help me with this? Somebody else make this? No? Anyway, so at least you all know that most of the research is in here. We should be saving that in here, and we can save some of this stuff and share it with other people. But when we share files with students, don't give them the original file link. I don't want some young student to, oops, I pressed delete by mistake, right? Give them a copy of it or access to comment, but not completely edit or delete. Any questions related to that? I think I am finished talking. I've talked too much. I would like to hear from you guys what you guys have been able to develop so far.
Well, for me this week, I've been helping the student to start getting into research and the project, the research project. And other than classwork, we also finished two applications. One has been sent, which is the University of Western, and the other one is just finished and under review. Sorry, I don't remember the name. SAC something.
No problem. I'm aware of those. Hopefully,
It was business school. We still need to upgrade the class outline that Thương had made, but they're looking good. So I don't think there's too much work left.
the sorry, Tuong, you have developed a bunch of class outlines. Great, thank you very much for that. You've also identified and made an outline for principles of marketing. Great. You told me you're interested in learning about marketing. Great. Are you aware of our class materials we already have for principles of marketing? It is award-winning. Are you aware of those? Have you seen those?
Yes. So for the principle of the marketing, so I use the materials in one of the accounts. So I use it to make the outline the syllabus. And for the digital marketing, so you sent me the link of the book, also the materials, so I use that. And for the what else? International. So international, I read information and I found a book on the internet. So I should get some of the books content, so to make the syllabus. And also the same for the entrepreneurship and and I used one of the book named Entrepreneurship and Innovation.
Okay, so let me just show.
I tried to find.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So in this screen, which is under the Professor Sean Watts account, you can see, for example, week 1 shows several different things. And if you look into it, if you understand it, there is a video, an introduction sent to the students before we meet. And then we actually meet for a class. And after the class, there's like a small quiz or activity for the students. And then we have a tutorial, but before the tutorial, there's another activity for the students. Then we have a tutorial. And then after the tutorial, there's another activity to follow up. It makes sure every student understands everything. This one that I'm showing is kind of messed up, but if we look through it, you should show, you can see there's the tutorial slides here. There's a pricing, a lesson plan, an activity, and there's several different details. Anyway, this one is very good file, basically the best class plans that we've had. If we could develop a syllabus related to that, like we know week 5 is talking about pricing and week 4 is talking about SWOT analysis or branding strategies, SWOT analysis and branding strategies, that would really good.
Yes, so I also got I also based on this material to make the syllabus.
Great.
But I think I added the another week. I think I found it on online.
Okay,
Because-
that's fine. For serious universities, we need to have 16 weeks, but 1 or 2 weeks could be used for examinations. Internationally, every class must be a minimum of 45 hours of instruction. If it's not a credible university by international standards. Anyway, so what are the other things we're talking about? Any other questions? So, sorry, Hua, you were talking about that. You are developing a syllabus. I just took way too long to talk about it. If we are going to develop a syllabus, it would be nice if our syllabus matched that material that I just showed.
Yeah.
Because if we do talk to a university in Canada or anywhere in the world, eventually that should be cleaned up and that should be pretty impressive. Some of those files actually explain the lesson plans and the teaching style for the whole semester, which is really good.
One thing, sorry, can you go back to the folder? I went through that folder this morning, but I didn't find any information from week 6 or week 7 onward. Like it just empty.
This is week 6 I'm looking at. It could be because there's so much information, it just might take a long time for your information to load. So this is 6. Let's see what's in week 7. You're right, week 7. Bummer, that's not good. Everything afterwards is empty.
Yeah. So I don't know where to take those topics from.
Well, week 8 is here. Week 7 could be our midterm break. Week 8 is there. Week 9. Oh, bummer. That one, yes, that one's blank.
I know that they had some kind of information, but I think they're more like a student presentation or case study. So not actually study plan or anything.
Okay. Towards the end, what we're looking at here is at RMIT, I think they finish in like the 11th or 12th, week 10 or 11 is the end of the year. So students are presenting then. And so
Yeah.
we go up to week 8 for regular teaching, and I think week 9 is the review of details. This probably should be in week 9. This is the review, marketing one-shot summary. Here's chapter 9. Maybe this is supposed to be in here. Sorry, it is definitely all ugly and messy. Let me see, is there nothing here? Okay, so I'll just put that stuff in here now. Anything else? So I understand what you've been working on. You've been working on a lot. Thank you very much for that stuff. Hua, Thuong, thank you for staying up all night to finish the syllabus. Anything else that you'd like to talk about?
I don't think. I think just that's it. No, you mean what I have done?
This
Or
week?
what?
Yes. What are some of the things that you've done this week?
So besides the task working and contacting with the students, so I just learned to edit the video. So I'm trying to finish the 3 classes and upload it into the YouTube channel. And yes, I also finished a little bit finished the rest of the work making the PPT for this class.
I didn't hear, what was that last one? The PPT for which one class?
And now for the last 2 weeks of the DC class, week 12 and week 13.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think the DC class ally has all the PPTs.
Okay.
Sorry, one thing I need to clarify. I need your clarification. You were saying that we don't. Can I share my screen here? Can you make the co-host?
Yes, just a sec. Go ahead.
Because we were talking about the class record.
Oops, well, I just got cut out. I guess he's going to be coming back in soon. So, Thuong, while we wait for Hua to finish what she was about to say, are you aware of the videos? When you're talking about videos, do you understand the keywords? Thuong, are you there?
Yes, I'm because I'm trying to remember. So there is the file named keywords in the so in the Google Drive.
Right. So
So
if you go to this drshawnwatts.teaching and type in keyword, you're going to see several files related to that. So this new projects keywords we go into, and then tactics for getting more views. This is the newest file. There's a list of 20 things, explanation for the importance of it. And then step 1, you should be thinking about this. Step 2, thinking about this. Step 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to the step 26. And you don't need to memorize everything, but before you make a video, try to understand some of these things. So for example, Cliff, can you see my file?
Yes.
So this is talking about how you must optimize your video title. don't just say class, don't just say EAM or CCM, because I'll just show you. Do you know how you always optimize your headlines for written content? Do the same for YouTube. If you're good at search engine optimization, that's what we're talking about. You want to include the famous words in your video title, and you should also solve a problem with the title. So use clear titles with phrases or terms that people want to type to see. Do you understand what this is meaning, Thuong? So let's take a look here. This video over here says poorest in the world, biggest slum in the world. This one says how the sexy world's rich don't live, world's sexiest, happiest, and poorest. So what we were doing is we identify the word sexy. Many people, or the world's sexiest, or happiest, or poorest. We were thinking that those are very, very powerful keywords. You understand, Thuong?
Yes.
But nobody types this information here. However, over here, many people will go to YouTube and type in poorest in the world. And many, many people will go in and type biggest slum in the world. So because these are very popular phrases that people will type, we have 250,000 views for this one. And we have no views for this one. Oops, this is the other way around. I messed this up. This is good, and this one is bad. Don't write a title that nobody else is going to type into YouTube when they're looking. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So,
yes.
What we actually had, this is a bare video that we created, and it doesn't have any editing. It doesn't have anything special done to it. It's just the raw video. Afterwards, there was a group of marketing people. You guys probably know Wally or Huang Tuang that she was working for. She added this extra information and she edited it. She made it better. This is 34 minutes. This is only 24 minutes because she cut it out. She made it a better video. But because she misunderstood the keyword title details, there's only 716 people have seen this good video. And this bad video, we have 227,000 people have seen this video. So when you're making your new YouTube videos, same thing when you're making a paper, make sure the title of your paper, or make sure the title of your video for sure is using some word that people will want to type and check for. Do you understand that, Thuong?
Yes.
Other than that, for classes, a lot of our classes are 75 minutes or even longer. The videos should be short. Try to cut the video into 2 or 3 different parts. If you can get the video down to around 5 minutes, great. 10 minutes, great. 15 minutes, great. More than an hour is not good. People don't usually watch those unless we're going to give them some special certification.
So, so at the moment, I just make it as a long video for one session, because
okay.
we now just make the video for the students. We don't public the video channel, right? So we just upload this video and send a link to the student.
We don't send it to the students. We put this in YouTube, and we can put the link in the outline.
Yes.
So students can see it, right?
Yes, that's how I understand, and I just make as the only one long video, like even it's less than 1 hour.
Okay. Clifford, do you understand what I was just saying?
Excuse me. Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
saying,
understand.
can I excuse this? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Can I excuse myself? Because I have to meet, I promised this Lisa, the student, to meet her at
No, tell Lisa we're busy.
at
I
9
need
p.m.
to.
Korean time.
No, you tell Lisa you're busy. She tried to meet me and I told her no. So I need to talk to you before we talk to Lisa. And you still
Okay.
need to talk about these different things. But however, we can fast forward with this. Thank you for trying to understand some of the stuff, Tuong. As we slowly go through this, try to learn more about it. I just talked to you about just one example. This is number one. And then there's number 3, 4, 5. There's many different examples how to improve. Clifford, one of the reasons why he was hired, Clifford was supposed to be able to get up to running so that we could interact and collaborate with a team of people that I started training back in 2014 that might be able to manage the videos. But that's still being delayed. Eventually, we will have other people to be able to do that. So thank you for that. Just glance at this stuff sometimes, Thuong.
Yes, I will learn to make it better, but I think at the moment, so I'm not sure, but I try my best, but maybe for the opinion, so the video don't, meet the expectations. So please understand me. So I'm just the learner, new learner, but I'm trying to make it better.
Okay. You have been helping the students a lot. Cliff has been helping the students a lot. Hua is, please make sure you understand this last sentence. Students will ask a lot of questions. Please don't be really bad like Harvard, because the Harvard professors will not talk to students outside of class. But don't allow students to waste your time on too many things. Don't allow me to waste your time on too many things. Try to stay focused on things that are beneficial for us, beneficial for the students and us. Like Clifford has a student that is willing to pay him, and it's not that she wants to, she has to. She has to get somebody to edit her paper. She does not know how to write well. So she will hire somebody. That's fine. But let's focus on our main work before that extra benefit work. Hua or Thuong, are you guys also interested in helping students? Additionally, you want students to hire you to do things?
What thing are
Oh,
you talking about? Like editing the paper like Cliff or
Yes. Or helping them research, helping them do some extra things like we're talking about. What I am saying is you have over 100 students or something like that ready to start talking to you about those things. It would be a good idea if either you plan to tell students, this is how much I cost. I charge $5 a page or whatever it's going to be for editing, or this is how much to get you references, a price list. What would be better is for you to manage other people doing it. I have done this before. About 13 years ago, I was training so many people on how to do this stuff. I got paid something like $13,000 every month just by introducing other people to help edit papers or teach classes and stuff. So please keep that in mind. Now is the time that students are going to be asking you for things, but don't allow them to waste your time. Lisa is not at the point to use an editing service now. Lisa has been told what she needs to do. She needs to just write anything related to that paper I already showed you guys, and she hasn't done that yet. She's asking for Clifford and I to check if it's okay. Well, no, She's trying, she's doing it the wrong way. Don't get sucked into these things unless she's paying you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Anything else, Hua, that you wanted to talk about, or anything else, Thuong, that you wanted to talk about?
Yes, so because regarding the agreement, so because I think now the student might be contacting us and mention about the research.
I will have to
Yes, so please
do that.
help me to revise it.
Yes. Okay. What about you guys? Hua or Thuong, can you guys tell me what you guys would like to do next week?
So next week, I'm trying to finish editing and uploading all the videos and starting working on the paper. And for me, I also to do the outline for the project development. I need to start reading and preparing for that class.
Email the students. Okay. For the videos, please don't waste too much time for that. Whenever Clifford gets up to speed, I want to hire a team of people to be able to help with it, but videos is not a priority. The only priority we have is to get them out of that email box, because that email is, the Zoom account is over full. So yeah, just upload it quickly to YouTube, but don't allow it to take too much time. Which paper were you going to talk about?
So the paper, it is about the mobile payment.
Rajesh payments.
And also, I don't think, no, that one is not the research.
And
yes, research paper and also mobile payments and tourism and also the compensation. Yes. And I think I also need to work with the lady in Pakistan, the business plan.
okay, Vilcano.
Yes, Vulcano.
Okay, and you, Hua, what are some of the things that you are going to be focusing on next week?
For next week,
Or this coming, yeah, next week?
yes, I will try to finish 3 applications. One is the professor in human resource management in University of Ottawa. The other one is international business faculty, also in University of Ottawa. And the last one is business administration associate professor in Ambrose University.
Ambrose?
Yes, Ambrose.
Okay. Any idea where that is? Don't worry, I'll check it.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And you need a course syllabus for those, or not yet?
I don't think they ask for course syllabus at the moment, but if I need, I will.
Is there anything you need from me? Same thing for you, Thuong, and then I'll talk to Cliff. Is there something that I need to do to help you guys get your work done?
In the future, yes, but for now, nothing.
And Thuong?
For me, not yet now, but I think when I'm doing my work so properly, yes, I will definitely contact you for support.
Okay, again, please make sure we advise the students on what we can help them with. I don't know if it's appropriate to have a price list of things we can do. It probably is appropriate to have a price list of other editors we can introduce, like Rajesh can edit papers, or some of the other people, like even Deepak, can edit some papers. You can introduce some of those people. It's best if you develop a system where you are getting some sort of commission for your work, introducing them. Otherwise, just try to remember the students' work is the students' work. We can help them learn the basic details, but going beyond that, I don't want them to get too spoiled. And I would like to make sure that you guys are properly rewarded. Right now, your compensation should be much higher. And a lot of these students that are here are from pretty wealthy families. So anything else that I can help you with before you guys go? And then if you want, you can stay and listen to Clifford talking about his details. Clifford and I have quite a few things to talk about. We haven't really met yet for the weekly details.
I just want to say that I just upload a Rajesh paper to research to be published folder. So Thương and Cliff can find details.
Yes, thank you so much.
Regis paper, great. So it's here, paper 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Cliff, your turn to go for it.
Okay, so can I leave now?
Yep, you guys can leave. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you guys on Monday.
Have a good weekend. So see you next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello, I'm waiting for you to present your details. I went through your papers. One paper was not a paper. It was that PDF was definitely not a paper. And the Word file, it was a paper, but it was not focused on international management. And it was off topic from what I had asked you to do. Can you present to me those things that I had asked you to do?
Sean, let me just explain myself, and I want you to please listen to me. The last time we talked about how we can develop a paper to a Scopex paper. I have done that in the paper I just sent you. And we talked about me identifying topics that I am interested in. And I sent you the link of this paper, Community Policing, and this foreign policy paper, which I have been developing. You told me the foreign policy paper, you told me the community policing paper, I can work on that. And I sent you other papers. So I started working on the foreign policy paper. And if you look at that paper, I have developed it in a standard. I identified an article from the Science Journal, which is Q4.